The morning light streams through the windows of Seattle's Starbucks Reserve Roastery, casting long shadows across my untouched latte. My hands tremble as I unlock my iPad. The evidence of my betrayal sits there, waiting to be shown. Across from me, Jack stirs his coffee with mechanical precision, unaware that I'm about to detonate our 24-year marriage over breakfast. Rain starts to patter against the windows, a fitting backdrop for what I'm about to do. "Your coffee's getting cold," he says, his voice carrying that familiar warmth that makes my chest tighten with guilt. I've rehearsed this moment countless times in my mind, but now that it's here, my throat feels like sandpaper. "Jack," I manage, my voice barely above a whisper, "I need to tell you something." He looks up, his blue eyes meeting mine with that same trust they've held for over 2 decades. My heart pounds against my ribcage like a trapped bird. "Yesterday," I continue, each word feeling like glass in my mouth, "I had lunch with Tony." Jack nods, still stirring his coffee. Of course he nods. Why wouldn't he? Tony's my boss at Amazon, and lunch with him isn't unusual. We ended up in his hotel room. The stirring stops. The spoon clinks against the ceramic cup with a finality that makes me flinch. Outside, the rain grows heavier, drumming against the windows like angry fingers. "What?" His voice is barely audible over the storm. I slide the iPad across the table, showing him the security camera footage from the hotel elevator. There we are, Tony and I, wrapped in each other's arms. The timestamp reads 2:47 p.m. My Instagram notification pings, Tony has just liked my latest post. The sound seems to snap Jack out of his trance. "How long?" he asks, his knuckles white around his coffee cup. 3 months. The words hang between us like smoke. I watch as 24 years of trust crumble in his eyes. "I love it," I add, the words tumbling out before I can stop them. "I'll probably do it again." Lightning flashes outside, illuminating Jack's face in harsh white light. I see the exact moment his world shatters. His Apple Watch beeps, probably warning him about an elevated heart rate. Mine would be doing the same if I hadn't left it at home. "Why?" he asks, his voice cracking. I stare at my reflection in the window, barely recognizing myself. "I don't know," I lie. "But I do know." It's the thrill, the validation, the way Tony looks at me during board meetings. It's the likes and comments on my Instagram posts, the LinkedIn messages, the Slack conversations that go on too long. 24 years, Jack whispers, more to himself than to me. His phone buzzes, probably our daughter Sarah's daily good morning text. The irony makes me want to laugh and cry simultaneously. "I thought you should know," I say, trying to keep my voice neutral. Professional. Like I'm delivering a quarterly report at work. "You thought I should know." His voice rises slightly. A few heads turn in our direction. I notice a young woman at the next table quickly typing on her phone. By tonight, this scene will probably be on Reddit. "Yes," I say, straightening my spine. "I believe in honesty." The laugh that escapes him is hollow, haunting. "Honesty," he repeats, the word dripping with disbelief. His phone buzzes again. And again. Sarah must be wondering why he hasn't responded. "We should tell the kids," I say, reaching for my latte. "It's cold now, just like the space between us." "Tell them what exactly?" Jack's voice is razor sharp. That their mother is throwing away their family for hotel room meetings? The truth of his words hits me like a physical blow. But I can't back down now. They deserve to know, I insist. Like I deserve to know, he asks. Thunder crashes outside, making several customers jump. I don't flinch. I'm already weathering my own storm. I'll move into the guest room, I offer. It seems like the practical thing to say. Jack stands up so abruptly his chair scrapes against the floor. I need to go, he says, gathering his things. His movements are jerky, uncoordinated. I've never seen him like this. Jack dash. Don't. One word. That's all it takes to silence me. He leaves without looking back, stepping into the downpour without an umbrella. I watch him through the window as he walks to his Tesla, each step heavy with betrayal. My phone lights up with a message from Tony. Missing you already, it reads. I close my eyes, letting the guilt and excitement war within me. The rain continues to fall, washing away everything I once held dear. Back home, I pack a small bag for the guest room. Each item I choose feels like another nail in the coffin of my marriage. My social media notifications keep buzzing. Tony has tagged me in a work photo. The comments are already rolling in, full of hidden meanings only we understand. I hear Jack in his home office, probably calling our lawyer. His voice drifts through the walls, broken and angry. My hand traces the familiar path to our bedroom. 24 years of memories live in these walls. Family photos line the hallway, holidays, graduations, anniversaries. Sarah's Harvard graduation. Daniel's first day at Google. Our 20th anniversary in Maui. Each image feels like an accusation now. I check my LinkedIn profile, updating my relationship status. The cursor blinks at me, waiting. It's complicated, I type, then delete it. Some things don't need to be broadcast to the world. Not yet. My phone rings, it's Sarah. I let it go to voicemail. What would I say to her? How do you tell your daughter you've destroyed her family over lunch breaks and hotel rooms? The guest room feels cold, impersonal. I've never spent a night here before. My Apple Watch finally makes it to my wrist, immediately syncing with my elevated heart rate. Are you exercising? It asks innocent. LY. No, I'm just destroying everything I love. I hear the garage door open. Jack's leaving. The Tesla's quiet engine purrs to life. I stand at the window, watching him pull away. He doesn't look up at the house. Why would he? My phone buzzes again, a WhatsApp message from Tony. Dinner tonight? My fingers hover over the keyboard. This is the moment. I could stop this. I could run downstairs, chase after Jack's car, beg for forgiveness. Instead, I type yes. The message sends with a cheerful ping. Outside, the rain has stopped. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting long shadows across my temporary room. I catch my reflection in the mirror, designer outfit, perfect makeup, manicured nails. I look successful, put together, confident. I look like a stranger. My Instagram followers would disagree. To them, I'm living my best life. Leaning into my power. Following my heart. The corporate buzzwords we use to justify our worst decisions. I open my laptop, checking my work email. There's a meeting request from HR. Someone must have noticed something. Seen something. Said something. I accept the meeting without hesitation. What's one more consequence to add to the pile? The house feels different now. Larger. Emptier. Every room echoes with memories I can't escape. I walk to the kitchen, my heels clicking against the hardwood floors. The breakfast dishes are still in the sink. 2 coffee cups. One last shared morning. My phone keeps buzzing. Sarah again. Daniel now too. Even my mother's name appears on the screen. News travels fast in the age of social media. I wonder which version they've heard. What story is being shared in family group chats and private messages? The truth seems inadequate somehow. Too simple. Too selfish. The afternoon stretches ahead of me, empty and uncertain. I should be working. Preparing for tomorrow's presentation. Instead, I find myself standing in our walk-in closet. Jack's suits hang next to my dresses. 24 years of shared space. I run my fingers along the sleeve of his favorite jacket. The one he wore to Sarah's wedding. My wedding ring catches the light, mocking me. I twist it off, holding it up to the window. The inscription inside is worn but still legible. Forever and always. What a joke that seems now. My phone buzzes again. Tony's changed his profile picture to one from yesterday's lunch. Before the hotel. Before everything changed. I set my ring on Jack's dresser. It makes a small, final sound against the wood. Like the period at the end of a sentence. The end of a chapter. The beginning of something else. Something I'm not sure I'm ready to face. But I've made my choice. Haven't I? The sun is setting now, painting the sky in shades of guilt and justification. I check my appearance one last time before heading out to meet Tony. Perfect makeup. Designer dress. Hollow eyes. My Tesla autopilot takes me to the resta. Urine while I scroll through missed calls. Sarah, 7 missed calls. Daniel, 3 missed calls. Mom, 5 missed calls. Jack, 0. The restaurant is one of Seattle's finest. Tony's already there, looking polished and professional. Like this is just another business dinner. Maybe it is. Maybe that's all any of this has ever been. Business. Pleasure. The line between them blurred beyond recognition. He stands to greet me, his smile confident and unwavering. Rough day, he asks, pulling out my chair. I laugh, the sound brittle and false. You could say that. The waiter appears with champagne. To new beginnings, Tony says, raising his glass. I raise mine, watching the bubbles rise and burst. Like dreams. Like promises. Like marriages. My phone buzzes one final time. A text from Jack, I've called a lawyer. 3 words. That's all it takes to end 24 years. I turn off my phone. The champagne tastes like ashes in my mouth. But I drink it anyway. Because this is what I chose. Isn't it? The morning light feels different in the guest room. Harsher somehow. less forgiving. It's been a week since that morning at the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. 7 days of silence and separate rooms. My Instagram followers have noticed something's off. The comments under my posts have shifted from admiration to concern. Are you okay, Lily? You seem different lately. If they only knew. I check my work email, scrolling past meeting invites and project updates. There's one from HR scheduling a formal interview. Someone finally filed a complaint. My hands shake as I accept the meeting. The house creaks with morning sounds. I hear Jack's footsteps above me, getting ready for work. We've perfected the art of avoidance. Different schedules. Different rooms. Different lives. My phone lights up with a text from Sarah. Mom, we need to talk. I've been dodging her calls all week. But I can't hide forever. Dinner tonight? I type back. Her response is immediate, Pike Place Market. 7 p.m. No emoji. No warmth. Just facts. The day at Amazon feels endless. Meetings blur together in a haze of PowerPoint slides and strategic planning. Tony's there, of course. Professional. Distant. Like we haven't destroyed my marriage over lunch breaks. The HR meeting is scheduled for tomorrow. I catch whispers in the break room. See the sideways glances. Corporate America's version of high school gossip. My phone buzzes with a LinkedIn notification. Jack has updated his profile. Open to new opportunities. My heart clenches. He's planning his escape. Seattle suddenly feels too small. Pike Place Market is crowded when I arrive. Tourist season is in full swing. Sarah's waiting by Rachel the pig, her face a mirror of her father's disappointment. Mom, she says. One word. Heavy with accusation. We find a quiet corner in a nearby coffee shop. Not Starbucks. Never Starbucks again. Daniel's flying in Tom. Oro, she says, stirring her tea. He wants answers. Don't we all? What did Dad tell you? I ask. Everything. The word hangs between us like a guillotine. The hotel room, Tony, your Instagram games, all of it. My cheeks burn with shame. Sarah dash. Don't, she cuts me off. Just tell me why. The same question Jack asked. The same answer stuck in my throat. Outside, a street musician plays Yesterday on his guitar. The irony isn't lost on me. I don't know, I whisper. That's not good enough, Mom. She's right. It's not. I felt invisible, I finally admit. The words taste like truth and excuses mixed together. Dad never made you invisible, she says. Her voice cracks slightly. He worshipped you. Past tense. Already speaking of our marriage in past tense. My Apple Watch vibrates, another message from Tony. Sarah notices. Is that him? I nod, not trusting my voice. Are you going to answer it? I don't know. You don't know much these days, do you? Her words cut deep. Deeper than Jack's silence. Deeper than the HR summons. I'm sorry, I say. The words feel inadequate. Empty. I'm not the one you need to apologize to. She stands, gathering her things. Daniel's flight lands at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Will you be there? I ask. Of course. He's my brother. The unspoken message is clear. Family stands together. I'm no longer family. I watch her walk away, her steps quick and determined. Just like Jack's that morning at Starbucks. My phone buzzes again. Tony, meeting canceled tomorrow. HR wants to see us separately. Reality crashes in. This isn't just about my marriage anymore. It's about my career. My reputation. Everything I've built. I walk to the waterfront, watching the ferries cross Elliott Bay. The Seattle skyline glitters in the distance, mocking me with its permanence while my life crumbles. Back home, the house is dark. Jack's car is gone. A note sits on the kitchen counter. Staying at Sarah's tonight. Daniel arrives tomorrow. His handwriting is steady. Unlike my hands as I read it. I pour myself a glass of wine. Then another. My reflection in the window looks haunted. Designer clothes can't hide the guilt in my eyes. I scroll through old photos on my phone. Family vacations. Christmas mornings. Random Sundays when we were just happy. When did that stop being enough? The wine doesn't help. Nothing helps. My laptop sits open on the coffee table. Work emails pile up. Meeting requests. Project deadlines. None of it seems important anymore. I click through to LinkedIn. My profile stares back at me. Director of Marketing, Amazon. Harvard MBA. Influencer. Empty titles. Empty achievements. Empty life. The doorbell rings. My heart stops. It's nearly midnight. Who would? Mom? Daniel's voice. He's early. I open the door to find my son standing there. Tired from his flight. Angry from my betrayal. Daniel, I breathe. I thought you weren't coming until dash. I couldn't wait. He pushes past me into the house. His childhood home. Now a crime scene of broken trust. I saw the elevator video, he says. Of course he did. It's probably all over Reddit by now. Someone from the hotel leaked it. My stomach drops. Daniel, I dash. Save it. He turns to face me. My baby boy. My brilliant son. Now looking at me like I'm a stranger. Do you know what it's like? He asks. Having your coworkers at Google show you a viral video of your mother cheating on your father? Each word is a dagger. I'm sorry. Stop saying that. His shout echoes through the empty house. Sorry doesn't fix this. He's right. Nothing fixes this. I have to go, he says, already heading for the door. Sarah's waiting. Daniel, please dash. The door closes. Silence returns. My phone buzzes. Tony again. I throw it across the room. It hits the wall with a satisfying crack. The screen shatters. Like my marriage. Like my family. Like my life. I sink to the floor, designer dress pooling around me. The house feels like a tomb. Filled with ghosts of what we used to be. What I destroyed. The morning will bring the HR meeting. Daniel's official arrival. More consequences. More pain. But for now, I sit in the darkness. Alone with my choices. Alone with my guilt. Alone. The HR meeting room feels like an interrogation chamber. Cold. Sterile. Unforgiving. Mrs. Morrison, the HR director begins, we have evidence of an inappropriate relationship. I stare at my hands. My bare ring finger accuses me. Do you deny these allegations? My voice sounds distant even to my own ears. No. They have the hotel receipts. The elevator footage. The Slack messages. Everything. Given your position and Mr. Harrow's role, this is a serious violation of company policy. I nod. What else can I do? We'll need your resignation by end of day. Just like that. 15 years at Amazon. Gone. Outside the building, Seattle's rain matches my mood. My phone is still broken from last night. Good. I don't want to see Tony's messages anyway. Don't want to see anyone's messages. The Tesla's autopilot takes me home while I try not to fall apart. But home isn't home anymore. Jack's car is in the driveway. So is Daniel's rental. And Sarah's Prius. Family meeting. Without me. I park on the street, watching my family through the living room window. They're sitting together, heads bent in conversation. United in their pain. United against me. My laptop pings with an email. Tony's resignation has already been announced. Effective immediately. Another ping. The company-wide email about my departure is being drafted. Corporate euphemisms for disgrace. Pursuing other opportunities. Personal reasons. Effective immediately. I laugh until I cry. Or cry until I laugh. I'm not sure anymore. A knock on my car window startles me. It's Jack. Hi. S face is tired. Aged years and days. Come inside, he says. Not asking. Telling. The living room falls silent as I enter. Sarah and Daniel sit on either side of their father. A united front. I lost my job, I say. The words taste like failure. We know, Sarah replies. Of course they do. News travels fast in tech circles. Tony too, Daniel adds. His voice is cold. Professional. Like he's discussing a bug in his code. Good, Jack says. The first word he's spoken to me in days. I sink into an armchair. Designer clothes can't protect me now. We need to talk about what happens next, Jack continues. Businesslike. Efficient. Like we're discussing a project timeline. I'm moving to our New York office. The words hit me like physical blows. When? I manage to ask. Next week. So soon. Too soon. Dad's taking the Microsoft position, Sarah explains. They've wanted him for years. I didn't know that. How much else don't I know? The house will be sold, Jack adds. The lawyers will handle the division of assets. Assets. 24 years reduced to spreadsheets and legal terms. Mom, Daniel speaks up. His voice softer now. Almost like before. Almost. We love you. Present tense. A small mercy. But we can't pretend this didn't happen. I know, I whisper. Sarah reaches into her bag. Pulls out a familiar iPad. The video's gone viral, she says. Over 1 million views. My stomach lurches. Tech blogs are running stories. Business Insider wants a comment. Of course they do. Scandal sells. What should I do? I ask. It comes out small. Broken. Jack stands. Walks to the window. You should have thought about that before the hotel room. His words lack heat now. Just disappointment. The divorce papers will be ready tomorrow, he says. Still facing the window. I'll have my lawyer contact yours. More business terms. More endings. What about holidays? I ask. The question sounds ridiculous even to me. Sarah answers. We'll figure it out. But her tone says we won't. Not really. Daniel checks his watch. My flight's in 3 hours. Back to his life. Away from this mess. Away from me. Sarah stands too. I'll drive you. They hug their father. Long. Tight. Meaningful. They hug me too. Quick. Formal. Different. The front door closes behind them, leaving Jack and me alone. For the first time since Starbucks. Why? He asks again. The same question. Different tone. Not angry anymore. Just tired. I got lost, I say. Finally finding some truth. In the likes. The followers. The attention. He nods. Understanding but not forgiving. 24 years, he says. Gone for Instagram likes. Put that way, it sounds absurd. It is absurd. I'm sorry, I say. Again. Always. I know. He turns to face me. But sorry doesn't fix viral videos. Or broken trust. Or shattered families. Each word lands like a hammer. Brie. Aching whatever's left of us. The movers come Monday, he says. Take what you want before then. He walks past me. Up the stairs. Away from our life together. I stand in our living room. Surrounded by memories. Photos. Awards. Christmas stockings we never took down. All of it meaningless now. My Apple Watch buzzes. A news alert. Amazon executives resign amid scandal. There it is. In black and white. The end of everything. I delete my Instagram account. Then LinkedIn. Then Twitter. Digital suicide. It's too late, of course. The internet never forgets. But it feels like penance. A small step toward something. Redemption? Understanding? I don't know anymore. The rain continues outside. Seattle's constant companion. Washing away everything. But some stains don't come clean. Some mistakes leave permanent marks. I climb the stairs to our bedroom. Pack what's left of my life into boxes. Each item a memory. Each memory a regret. The guest room awaits. My temporary home until Monday. Then, what? A new apartment? A new city? A new life? The answers don't come. Only questions. Endless questions. And the rain. Always the rain. 6 months pass like a Seattle winter. Gray. Endless. Cold. I've moved to a small apartment in Capitol Hill. Far from our old life in Bellevue. Far from everything I used to be. The viral video has faded from headlines. But the internet remembers. Always remembers. My therapist says I'm making progress. 3 sessions a week. Digging through the wreckage of my choices. Why did you really do it? She asks. Always pushing. Always searching. I stare out her office window at the Space Needle. Because I could, I finally admit. The truth tastes bitter. But honest. My phone rarely rings anymore. Sarah calls once a month. Dutiful. Brief. Daniel sends emails. Professional. Distant. Jack doesn't contact me at all. I saw him once, at Pike Place Market. He was with someone. Blonde. Younger. Laughing. I hid behind a flower stand until they passed. The divorce is final now. Just another PDF in my email. 24 years ended with a digital signature. I've started volunteering at a women's shelter. Trying to find purpose. Meaning. Redemption? The women there don't know my story. Don't recognize me from the news. It's peaceful. Tony moved to California. Silicon Valley. Already engaged, according to LinkedIn. I deleted the app when I saw the announcement. Some news you don't need to know. The shelter director offers me a job. We need someone with your organizational skills, she says. No mention of Amazon. Or scandals. Or viral videos. I accept. The pay is nothing like before. But money isn't everything. I learned that too late. Sarah announces her pregnancy on Facebook. I find out through a mutual friend. My first grandchild will be born in spring. Will I be allowed to see them? Hold them? Love them? Questions. Without answers. The Seattle winter deepens. Rain turns to snow. The city slows. Quiets. Like my life. I receive a Christmas card from Daniel. Just my name and happy holidays. No personal message. No invitation to visit. But it's something. A small crack in the wall of silence. I frame it anyway. Jack's marriage announcement appears in the Seattle Times. Claire. The blonde from Pike Place. A spring wedding, the article says. My hands shake as I read it. But I don't cry. I've cried enough. The women at the shelter teach me strength. Real strength. Not the corporate kind. Not the social media kind. The kind that survives. Endures. Grows. Sarah calls on a rainy Tuesday. The baby shower is next month, she says. A pause. Heavy with meaning. Would you like to come? My heart stops. Restarts. Yes, I whisper. Afraid to hope. It won't be like before, she warns. I know. But it's a start. A start. That's all I can ask for. The shower is at her house. The same house where they gathered 6 months ago. To discuss my betrayal. Claire is there. Jack's fiancée. She's kind. It hurts more than if she'd been cruel. I hold my tongue. Accept my role. The outsider looking in. Sarah hugs me before I leave. Real. Warm. Brief. But real. Thank you for coming, she says. Thank you for inviting me. Small steps. Tiny victories. The shelter keeps me busy. Healing others while healing myself. Ironic. Fitting. Right. Daniel visits in spring. Brings his new boyfriend. We have coffee at a small cafe. Not Starbucks. Never Starbucks. You look better, he says. I am better. Not good. Not yet. But better. The baby arrives in April. A girl. Emma Grace Morrison. I meet her at the hospital. Hold her tiny hand. Feel her grip my finger. New life. New hope. New chances. Jack is there too. With Claire. We exchange polite nods. Civil words. It's not forgiveness. But it's not hatred either. The shelter director promotes me. You have a gift, she says. For helping broken people. Because I was broken too. I am broken too. But healing. Summer returns to Seattle. The city blooms. Changes. Like me. I don't check social media anymore. Don't count likes or followers. Don't need the validation. The women at the shelter give me that. Their trust. Their progress. Their strength. Sarah invites me to Sunday dinners. Sometimes. Not always. But sometimes. It's enough. Has to be enough. Emma grows. Smiles. Reaches for me. Doesn't know about betrayal. Or viral videos. Or broken families. Just loves. Simply. Purely. I learn from her. Start again. One day at a time. One moment at a time. One breath at a time. The rain still falls in Seattle. But now it feels like cleansing, not punishment. I stand at Cary Park, looking over the city. My city. Changed. Different. But still home. A text from Sarah. Dinner Sunday? Yes, I reply. Simple. True. Hopeful. The Space Needle glows in the distance. Standing tall. Surviving storms. Like me. I've lost everything I thought I needed. Found everything I really did. Not a happy ending, but an honest one. And maybe that's better. Truer. Real. The sun sets over Elliott Bay. Another day ends. Another begins. Life goes on. Different. Changed. But going on. And so do I. End.